Hello, degens. In the world of cryptocurrency and investing, it's no secret that one of the greatest edges you can have in the market is one of speed. The earliest investors in a project receive the largest rewards when the price goes up, and getting in early on a great cryptocurrency gem is one of the few ways you can actually turn your $1,000 into $100,000 or even more. In this video, I'm going to share some of the strategies and methods I use to try to get in before the herd. I'll also share some tools and helpful websites with you to help you filter through the noise and hopefully make better investment decisions. So kick back, crank your leverage slider to 100x, and let's crack some cryptocurrency. Hello, my name is Justin Wise, lead analyst and senior mentor at Cracking Cryptocurrency. Our goal is to educate traders on how to navigate the cryptocurrency markets, whether it be traditional trading, investing, automation, or risk management. Now, before we begin, while I have tried to make this guide as exhaustive as possible, keep in mind I'm only one man, and I'm sure there's lots of information and strategies I left out. This method of making money is a bit intuitive, as with all trading, and you will make many mistakes along the way. I know I have. However, the upside potential when you do hit a crypto gem that 50x's or 100x's can change your life forever. So trust me, you might get rug pulled along the way.
$68 trillion. And now the market, it went to zero. Yeah!
But if you keep at it and focus your energy on learning and being consistent, the power is in your hands. To find early altcoins, you'll need to target coins that have just recently been listed. There's a couple different ways to do this, but I'll share my favorite with you. Dex Screener is one of the best websites for finding early pairs, charting, and doing research. Just go to dexscreener.com and click on New Pairs in the menu on the left hand. You can organize this list by chains, so if you're only actively trading on Ethereum, you can only look at Ether pairs that are newly listed. If you're trading on Phantom, switch over to Phantom, or select all the chains you're active on. I like Phantom and AVAX myself because the gas fees are very low and they're very active. Binance Smart Chain is probably the most popular after Ethereum, but there's also great projects on Harmony, Kronos, and Polygon. You can also sort this list by dexes, so if you have a dex preference or can only trade on certain dexes, you can filter this list down even more. There's also some great Telegram bots out there. That way you can get alerts. Here's one I use for Ethereum, another for Phantom, and another for Avalanche. Links for these and everything I discuss here today will be in the description. The great thing about Telegram bots is that you can get alerts, even mobile push notifications. And this is great for degenning on the go. When I'm sniping altcoins, I'm typically looking for low market capitalizations, under 500,000, that have listed within the last 24 hours. Once you find a potential listing, we now need to do some analysis on the contract to make sure it's not a scam. For the purposes of this video, we are going to be analyzing Ethereum contracts. However, you can apply these same methodologies to any other chain that you like. A rug pull in cryptocurrency is when the developers behind a token take the valuable crypto that you have swapped for their token, whether it was a stable coin or some other crypto like Ethereum, and they run off with it, leaving you holding a worthless token. There's a variety of different ways they can do this, so it's important that you know the biggest telltale signs of a scam coin so that you don't part ways with your crypto. Once we find a token that we're interested in, we want to look it up on Etherscan. You can click this button here on Dex Screener, or if you're finding the token through some other means, copy the contract address and paste it into the search bar on Etherscan. If you click through from Dex Screener, make sure you click the contract link here to actually view the contract. not the token tracker, which is what you will initially be seeing. The first thing I look for is this green check mark next to the contract header. This means that the source code has been verified, and you can look at all of the code of the smart contract. If that green check mark isn't there, do not touch that token and keep looking. One thing to look for is max transaction amount. Often, new projects will have a transaction amount cap, and you want to check this to make sure your transaction doesn't fail because you're trying to buy more tokens than you actually can. You can also see taxes, that is, portions of proceeds that go to specified wallet addresses. Commonly, you will see taxes for marketing teams and developers. Make sure that if there are taxes, you can see what wallets those funds are going to. Click on the wallets and check them out. Are these wallets known scam wallets? You can use the website ScanBlocks to quickly look up any blockchain address and see if it's been reported as a scam. Next, we want to check out the contract creator so we can see what actions they have taken. The first thing we're looking for is to see if they've renounced ownership of the contract. When a developer renounces ownership, they no longer have the power to change the smart contract, which significantly reduces the likelihood of a rug or scam. There are other attack vectors like massive taxes on transactions and whale manipulation, but seeing ownership renounced is a huge plus. Next, we want to make sure that the developer has locked a significant amount of liquidity. Even if they've renounced ownership, if they haven't locked liquidity, then they can still easily rug pull. Here we can see an example of a developer adding and locking liquidity into Uniswap. Again, we're looking for the lock LP token method. Next, I like to go to Unicrypt, which is the largest LP locking system on Ethereum, and search for the token that I'm considering to see how much has been locked. Unicrypt lets us look at PancakeSwap, Uniswap, and QuickSwap liquidity. So select your exchange, go to tokens, and search for the contract address to see how much liquidity has been locked. If there's no liquidity locked, then move on to another token because this one's likely a scam. However, if you see a significant amount of liquidity locked, then you can move on with your analysis. You can also use the website Team Finance, which is the second largest liquidity locking system right now. Same concept, just search for the contract and see how much liquidity is locked. This is also a great tool to use in regular trading because you can see when liquidity is going to be unlocked. If a token has been pumping and it has an unlock right around the corner, you should probably avoid buying the token because a lot of supply is about to hit the open market. Free alpha. Other things to look for is that trading has been enabled. You can find this command by the method allow trading or enable trading. If you happen to find a token that is not enabled trading yet, but it's passed all the other checks, keep a very close eye on it because once that command is enabled, you could be one of the first in the door. Other things I like to check on Etherscan besides seeing ownership renounced, taxes, and locked liquidity are the developer's wallet, source of funds, distribution, and holders of the token and their other bags. If we click the link next to Creator on Etherscan, we can see the developer's wallet and every action they've taken with their deployed smart contract. I like to scroll down to the bottom and see where the source of funds came from. Sometimes this can lead you down a rabbit hole, but red flags to watch out for are if the source of funds comes from a Tornado Cash address. Tornado Cash is an Ethereum coin mixing service that allows you to hide the true source of funds. Now, while I am a privacy advocate and support the use of Tornado Cash for privacy, it is a fact that it is a very popular strategy for scammers and thieves to utilize Tornado Cash to hide their machinations. So if you see a developer whose initial funds were sourced from Tornado Cash, that's a red flag. If the funds came from a centralized exchange, that's usually a green flag for me. You can also look underneath the internal transactions tab Sometimes this will reveal further information. Next, just look at what the developer has done with the contract. Have they added liquidity? Is it enough liquidity? Did they lock their LP tokens? Have they created a bunch of other tokens? What's their trading activity look like? Where did they source their funds? You will have to build your own experience and knowledge base in these situations, but those are all things to watch for. It's very important to see how the tokens are distributed before you enter into a position. From the token tracker page, you can click on holders to see everyone who holds this token and how it's been distributed. Now, this can get tricky with larger, more established projects because you will often have large percentages of the token held by other smart contracts, Uniswap pools, centralized exchanges, etc. But for a micro cap coin, you want to see a very even distribution and lots of small holders. Definitely be on the lookout for any token that has a small group of large holders, because then you're banking on them being friendly whales and not dumping on you. Not a position I like to be in. If the address of a holder has a little page icon to the left of its address, that means it's a smart contract address, not an individual holder. So you can generally ignore these. Again, this is much more common with established projects, not with new launches. Ideally, you want to see a token that doesn't have anyone holding more than a few percentages of total supply, 5% at max. Now, sometimes there will be bigger wallets. These could be burn addresses, team wallets, marketing wallets, etc. Make sure you understand what these wallets are and if those tokens are locked or vested. Often, the best course of action is to hop into the project's Telegram or Discord or other social media and ask questions. Do not be afraid to ask questions, and we'll cover social media analysis in a little bit. This is also a good time to point out a very common scam tactic that you should definitely be aware of. But first, a word from a friend of the channel. If you're going to be trading cryptocurrency, you want to ensure that your deposits are as secure as possible. The last thing you need to wake up to is a horror story email from your cryptocurrency exchange explaining their most recent exploit and how your deposits may have been affected. No, thank you. Sleep easy at night and conduct your trades on a reliable exchange that offers a great user experience and the tools even a professional like me can ask for. The exchange is Bybit. You can sign up with the link in the description and receive $50 upon your first deposit, or visit bybit.crackingcryptocurrency.com. I've been trading on Bybit for years now, and honestly, it's been the most enjoyable experience I have ever had with a trading platform. The link again is down in the description below, or you can visit bybit.crackingcryptocurrency.com. Trade safely. Okay, with that out of the way, let's talk about a very common tactic that scammers will use to make their token seem legitimate. And that is sending their token to big exchange wallets to give the illusion that those exchanges are supporting this token. It's very easy for a scammer to print a few trillion tokens and send 30% of the token supply to Binance, 10% to Huobi, 6% to Coinbase, and so on. So that when a user checks the holders of a token via the method I just described, it looks like a very legitimate project, when the opposite is true. This is a relatively new tactic that I've been seeing more and more of, and if you click onto a brand new token and see something like this, be very aware. These, in my experience, are almost always honeypots. A honeypot is a cryptocurrency token that you can buy, but then will be unable to sell. One telltale sign of a honeypot is that the price just seems to go up and up with no red candles or significant selling pressure whatsoever. This is a huge red flag because in reality, it means no one can sell. Now, lately, scammers have been using a new trick, which is allowing only the developer wallet or authorized wallets to sell, which makes the token seem more legitimate. And really, the only effective method around this I've found is to start by buying a nominal amount of the token and attempting to sell it first before buying in with your regular position. Now, this is inconvenient as you'll be paying 2 gas fees, one to buy and one to sell. and then again to buy again if it's legitimate. But it's a lot better than blindly sticking your money in a honeypot with no recourse but to scream "Ree!" on crypto Twitter about your mistake. Okay, so once we've done some manual contract verification, I like to run some automated tests. First, honeypot.is is a great tool to see if the token you're looking at is a honeypot. Just paste the contract address in and it will return information on whether this token is or is not a honeypot, as well as whether there are taxes on buys and sells. A large tax on buys and sells can be used as an alternative method of not allowing you to sell your token, thus another method to create a honeypot. Next, Token Sniffer is a great resource. Same concept, just paste the contract address in and it will return a host of information. Now, some of this information you will have to take with a grain of salt, and you will have to build your experience with this method the more that you do it. Finally, DiscoBot on Discord. Join their Discord server and they have an all Uniswap listings channel and a filtered listings channel. You can also utilize their Twitter. The all listings channel lists all new listings on Uniswap, and the filtered listings channel lists all projects that pass their parameters. Now, this isn't perfect and scams do sometimes slip through, but it is a great start. The all listings channel can often have great information on why a project didn't pass their parameters, such as malicious contract, a similar code to another project, etc. Now, these tools aren't perfect, and sometimes they get things wrong, especially if you're super early to a project that hasn't added or locked liquidity yet. But they're a great companion to the manual checks we just discussed to help keep you safe. One of the most important things you can do is find a token with social media, particularly a Telegram or Discord. Just having a Discord or Telegram is a big green flag for me, as almost all scam projects will not have one. You can often find the social link on the Etherscan token tracker page, and if there isn't any there, copy the contract address and search Twitter for it. This will pull up any and all tweets referencing the smart contract. Believe me, if it's a legitimate project, it's been tweeted about. Hop in their Telegram or Discord and ask questions. Do a vibe check. See if there are traders you recognize in there. Any legitimate project will answer questions and ideally have some community moderator to help out. Just don't be annoying and don't overload them. Even legitimate projects are often bootstrapped and running on low manpower. So try to be respectful of their time and don't ask questions you can easily answer for yourself. Be resourceful. Also, curating a good Twitter list of traders and bots can be very helpful. I've been following DextCop lately, and he almost always identifies scam coins similar to DiscoBot. He's not always right, but he's a good resource, and he will usually pop up in your Twitter search of the contract address. In summary, when analyzing a smart contract, look for the following green flags: that trading has been enabled, liquidity has been added, liquidity has been locked, and ownership of the contract has been renounced. Be aware of the following: buy and sell taxes or fees, the creator of the contract's history, and the history of the marketing or development wallet. And watch out for these smart contract red flags: no liquidity, ownership not renounced, large taxes, shady developer wallet, or a shady source of funds. You can use the following tools to identify tokens and analyze them: Dex Screener, Etherscan, Honeypot, Token Sniffer, DiscoBot, or DextCop. Also, a Twitter search of the contract address is always helpful here. And when you're looking at holders and the distribution of the token, look for an even distribution with no large whales holding more than 5% of the token. Be aware of a new token with centralized exchanges holding large quantities, and look for known scam addresses holding or creating the token. And always, always check a new project's socials. If you can't find them, be aware. Now, I've dedicated the last 4 years of my life to educating traders in building systemic processes to improve their chances of success. If you're tired of navigating the markets alone, consider joining the premium trading group and get access to all of our educational content designed for experienced and beginner traders alike, from our Pathways to Profit course, Pine coding, and risk management courses. Get alerted when we buy or sell, gain access to our suite of technical indicators designed to sharpen your edge, and get access to all the alpha we can unearth in the cryptocurrency markets. You can sign up with the link in the description below, and I hope to guide you along your trading journey. Well, that's it for this one, guys. Make friends and share alpha. Let me know in the comments section down below what you think of this video. If these strategies and concepts have helped you in your trading, anything you think I missed or could add, and what you'd like to see next. We do select one random commenter per month in our YouTube section to win a free month of the premium trading group, so definitely don't miss your chance. Also, consider subscribing if you haven't already, and drop a like on this video. It's much appreciated. Until next time, wag me and trade safely.